on and on. They've been wrong on
the list
everything.
does go on. You're right. Yeah, the list does go on. But, Senator, with all due respect, if they're so weak, why are they beating you? Okay? I mean, the bottom line is the Democrats are winning. And we are about to see a major Green New Deal, thanks to your colleagues. Mitch McConnell the other day praised President Biden for doing bipartisan work. What's going on with the Republicans? You've gotten nothing out of this except to say, oh, yeah, we worked with our colleagues on the left. But they don't say that. We've worked with our colleagues on the right. They don't care if you're there or not. They're going to push it through reconciliation. So if they're so weak, why are they beating you and your colleagues?
Well, one of the things that we're doing every day is pushing back on this. And the good thing is the American people are beginning to push back with us. I talk to people every day that look at what has happened to this country in the last 7 months. The loss of freedom, the push to federalize elections. And, you know, that's their next big front. The push to pack the court so that you have somebody that's going to approve all of this. Lockdowns, mandates, and people are going, hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. So I think this is the time for Republicans to stand strong against this.
Yep, totally normal for a news anchor to lose her mind on national TV over the fact that Congress might just pass an infrastructure bill that 4 out of 5 voters support and that will benefit nearly everyone in the United States. But then again, it's not a tax cut for either of these millionaires, so I can understand their frustration. First of all, Maria Bartiromo frantically says that we're about to see a Green New Deal. I'll be the first to say that I wish we'd see a Green New Deal, but no, despite how desperately she says it, we're not about to see the Green New Deal pass. Of course, that won't stop her from saying it anyway, because it's not about the truth, it's about saying whatever she can to get her audience whipped into a frenzy. And so now, everyone who watched her is gonna leave this interview thinking that somehow we're on the precipice of passing the Green New Deal, because disinformation isn't a bug, it's a feature. What's especially ironic here is that Bartiromo says that Republicans have gotten nothing out of this.
What's going on with the Republicans? You've gotten nothing out of this except to say, oh, yeah, we worked with our colleagues on the left.
Which really does say it all. Because what they got out of this was being able to deliver funding for roads and bridges, transit and rail, broadband, airports, ports and waterways, electric vehicles, including electric school buses and ferries, and a nationwide network of plug-in EV chargers, money to rebuild the electric grid and upgrade water infrastructure, like replacing lead pipes, and environmental fixes like capping gas wells. Those things help the American people. And look, I get that it's not a tax cut that'll unilaterally help Maria Bartiromo and the other millionaire anchors over at Fox, but claiming that an infrastructure package that Americans on both sides of the political spectrum will overwhelmingly benefit from is akin to getting nothing really does go to show that it's not regular people she cares about, it's herself and her wallet and perpetuating whatever culture war wedge issues she can dredge up. Fox might pretend to care about its viewers, but it's only exploiting those viewers to help themselves. And if you need another example of Bartiromo misleading her own viewers, she says this.
What's going on with the Republicans? You've gotten nothing out of this except to say, oh, yeah, we worked with our colleagues on the left. But they don't say that. We've worked with our colleagues on the right. They don't care if you're there or not.
First of all, bipartisanship is quite literally Joe Biden's platform. The guy was elected on the promise of bipartisanship. So to claim that bipartisanship isn't being taken into account here is utterly divorced from reality. And second of all, now, after 4 years of Republicans not extending even a pinky finger for bipartisanship, Maria Bartiromo is decrying a lack of bipartisanship? Why is it that when Republicans control government, it's a race off the cliff to the far right, Democrats be damned, and yet when Democrats are in office, they're expected to sit in a little prayer circle and sing kumbaya with Republicans? Where was Maria Bartiromo when Republicans passed a tax cut in 2017 for billionaires and corporations with 0 Democratic votes? What about when Republicans confirmed Amy Coney Barrett without a single Democratic vote? It's funny how the issue of bipartisanship only manages to pop up once Republicans don't actually hold any power. And of course, if you think Maria Bartiromo's question was absurd, Marsha Blackburn's answer somehow managed to be even worse. Because instead of acknowledging the fact that passing an infrastructure bill would help Americans and that that is objectively a good thing and is popular across the entire United States, she delved into a laundry list of whataboutisms, delivering the usual crisis porn to the base. She literally starts off by claiming that we've lost our freedom. I guess somehow that news cycle escaped me, but apparently the US is no longer a free country, just in case the desperate fear-mongering wasn't already blatantly obvious. She claims that Democrats have pushed to federalize elections, which is an interesting talking point even if it bears no resemblance to reality. Democrats aren't pushing to federalize elections, they're pushing to prohibit partisan gerrymanders and efforts to suppress votes. The fact that this is even necessary is born out of the fact that Republicans are hellbent in every state in the country on preventing people from voting, either by gerrymandering Democrats out of government, or limiting drop boxes, or stopping early voting, or whatever they can think of to ensure that as few people vote as possible, especially in communities of color and especially in urban areas, both of which tend to vote Democratic. That's not federalizing elections, it is stopping Jim Crow level abuses of power. And then, of course, she rails against lockdowns and mandates, because those are the issues here. Not the pandemic that's already killed 630,000 Americans. No, that's totally fine. It's asking people to wear masks that's the real issue here for Senator Blackburn. Apparently, your life is a small but necessary sacrifice so long as her life isn't inconvenienced in the slightest, like by wearing a small piece of cloth over her face. Always nice to hear from members of the pro-life party. So look, the fact that these two partisan hacks are sitting here and wailing about the Democrats notching a win and ignoring the fact that that win actually benefits their own viewers and voters is a testament to just how broken the Republican Party is. And it goes to show that if you're not handing one of these women another tax cut, they will fight against it with every fiber of their being. If you enjoyed that video and you're looking for a deeper dive, check out my podcast, No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen. It's a no BS look at the top stories of the week, along with interviews with the top names in politics, like Vice President Kamala Harris, Jen Psaki, Elizabeth Warren, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Katie Porter, Pete Buttigieg, and more. Again, that's No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, available anywhere you listen to podcasts. Also, if you want to see more videos like this one, click the subscribe link right here on this screen to join the more than 1 million people who've already subscribed to my channel. And finally, to donate to my Don't Be a Mitch fund, where I'm raising money for a whole raft of different voter outreach and voter registration groups in the closest states ahead of midterms in 2022, including Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, North Carolina, and Texas. You can find that link on this screen as well. Thanks for watching.